Moms, and I want you to hang tight because the live show is about to start any minute. I'm just waiting for my live viewers to pop up. So those of you that are watching this archive broadcast, thanks so much for tuning in, and please share this with your friends across social media. The more moms watching, the merrier. And by the way, if there are dads or moms-to-be or other moms, feel free to, non-traditional moms, adoptive moms, teachers, babysitters, etc. Anybody that wants to watch this show, please share it with them. Okay, hello. I have two viewers. I'm Nicole, the host of The Break for Moms. Thanks so much for watching. It's so good to be back. I took a month off from the show to take my own break, but now I'm back, so I'm here to talk today about the holidays and whether you celebrate Christmas or another holiday related to your culture. Today is a day all about navigating the holidays with your kids, which can sometimes be a bit challenging. So I'm going to wait for some other viewers to pop up. And in the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit about Bidchat in case we have some new viewers that are joining us on Bidchat for the first time. And I'll tell you how to call into the show. If you don't know what Bitcoins are, we'll talk about Bitcoins. We'll talk about the future of the show as we approach the new year. And we'll talk about a contest that you can enter by calling in today. So stick around on The Break for Moms. Okay, so what is Bidchat? Bidchat is a new live streaming network that you are a part of. You're making history with me. So thank you for taking a chance on something new. The Bidchat website and app, which you can download through the App Store or through the Google Play Store, is a great way for people to connect from the convenience of their home or while they're out and about, wherever you are. All you need is a webcam and a good quality internet connection. Speaking of internet connections, if you're watching right now, hopefully you're using either Google Chrome or Firefox as your browser. Those are the two ones recommended by Bidchat because they're going to give you the best live streaming experience. So make sure you let your friends know about that as well. So if you've got some friends or family that can't catch the show today, but you're excited that you're joining in, make sure you share the show with them. You can actually take this archive video and share it straight to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram you can't do because it's too long. Instagram you can only share, I believe, 15-minute or maybe 5-minute videos. But you can, of course, share the link on YouTube through the blog. If you have not subscribed to the Break for Moms blog, I'm just going to take 1 minute to tell you about that. Go to www.thebreakformoms.com with the number 4. And at the top, you'll see a bar to subscribe, or at the bottom of each page, you will see an area where it says subscribe to gain access to the archived videos delivered to your inbox. Make sure that you put your email address in. That's all you have to give me. And you will not get more than one email a week, for the most part, unless we have a special broadcast midweek. So please do that. That's important. And I'm telling everyone today, if you take a chance and you are able to successfully call into the show, you're going to enter to win one of these cute show t-shirts. It says The Break for Moms. And I didn't show viewers the last couple times, but on the back is the website as well. Pretty cool. So very nice. I have a bunch of them in a bag in my closet ready to give out, but we haven't had success over the past month with having people call into the show dependably. Sometimes people are able to call in. Sometimes the website has been giving us some trouble, which is why I took a month off to see if we can get some of those kinks ironed out. Of course, Bidchat is new, so give it some patience. If for some reason your video has a delay, try clicking refresh at the top of your browser, or try logging out and going back in through Google Chrome or Firefox browser if you're not using one of those right now. So we have 6 viewers. I'm hoping that the rest of the viewers will catch up with us in a few minutes. Here's what I want to tell you. If you're not able to call into the show today, which I'm going to tell you how to do that in a minute, you can also interact with me via Twitter or Facebook. I've got my phone right here, and I've got those notifications set on my phone, so I will get them and I will share them on the show. Okay, so let's get right into the show. It's already 1:05, and you want to know about navigating the holidays with kids. Well, number one, the first thing is it's important for moms to take some time for themselves, because if you are running around and you're tired and you're not taking care of yourself, I know I need to take this advice myself, you are not going to be the mom that you want to be for your kids and during the holidays. And the holidays is often a busy time where you're running around to parties. Your kids often are not getting the sleep they normally get. Their schedules are off, which can create a whole host of problems. So first of all, you need to take care of yourself so that you can handle what is to come during the holiday season. It's a wonderful time of the year. It's my favorite time of the year, but sometimes it can be a little bit stressful. I know. I had my first holiday party with my kids and my family, my husband's family, last night. And it was interesting. My kids were pretty well behaved. We met with some cousins, and one of our cousins has a little one, and I think he needed a little nap, and you could just tell he just wanted to just take that nap. And sometimes when you have parties and you're trying to plan around nap time, that's hard. So number one is if you could just come late to a party, if your kid really needs their nap, I'm going to recommend don't give up that nap because it's going to make the party miserable for everyone. You're not going to be able to sit to enjoy your food because your child's going to be cranky or your kids are going to be cranky, and everyone else is going to feel bad and will help you and not know what to do. So I think it's okay sometimes to say either no or, we need to come at this time. You don't have to be on time for everything. When you're in the stage of life when you've got little ones, you've got to kind of work around your child because they're most important. So keep that in mind. It's okay to say no sometimes, especially around the holidays when you've got parties and you've got a lot of commitments. Maybe you have 3 parties in a row and, you show up on time for the first couple, your kid misses his or her nap for the first couple, and by the third, your kid is just exhausted, or maybe they're even sick because they haven't gotten enough sleep. At some point, you need to learn to say no, or just simply try to be flexible, try to compromise a little bit, and come up with a holiday schedule, visiting family that works for everyone. That's really important. And sometimes that means celebrating on different days. If you celebrate Christmas, like I do with my family, we have different Christmas parties with different family members on different days so that we don't have to travel to more than one house on Christmas Eve, which we celebrate on Christmas Eve. My birthday's on Christmas Eve as well. So keep that in mind. Maybe talk with your family about choosing different days to celebrate rather than traveling. I know we did that this past Thanksgiving so that we didn't have to go to more than one house on Thanksgiving. And that is really, really helpful. Kids don't like to go in and out of the car if they're little more than once during the day. It starts to get tiring, especially if you have a long trip to a family member's house. So keep that in mind. Also, keeping the kids busy during the holidays is tricky because if you go to someone else's house, maybe it's not a kid-friendly house, the kids are running around, maybe they're touching things that are breakable at Christmas time or around the holidays, whichever holiday you celebrate. People put out fancy decorations. They're not always kid-friendly. So have some things with you in the car that you can take with you in case there isn't anything kid-friendly at the house that you go to, if the party is not at your house. And here's some ideas of some things that my kids really enjoy. And I have little ones, but even if you have kids that are older than mine are 5, 3, and 1, your older kids can probably take these ideas and do their own things. Maybe it's practicing homework or something else, or writing notes or something. Depending on their age group, I think they can do a lot with these. So, okay, the basic dry erase board is my number one go-to for my kids. They have spent hours and hours using these, and you can get them for as cheap as $1, probably even 50 cents. Whether you have a dollar store by you, a Dollar Tree, depending on which area you're from, anywhere where you can get those really cheap dollar priced gifts, go to one of those stores and get one of these. Or you can go to the store 5 and below if you have one of those by you. That's a good store too. So you can buy a pack of dry erase markers and buy one of these. I got one that's double-sided, so there's games on the back as well. Older kids like to play some of these games. Hangman is one of them. Tic-tac-toe, a drawing grid, connect the dots game, if you know about doing the square game. Anyhow, this seems like such a simple, basic thing, but my kids love writing on dry erase boards. It has been a lifesaver, even when I'm in the kitchen cooking. So if you're worried about holiday cooking and getting things done while your kids are running around the house because they're off of school for the holidays, think about the dry erase board. It's an oldie, but a goodie. Okay, so here's another one of my favorites. This one again is for little kids because I have little kids. But pasta, dry pasta. I have it in a container, and my kids love this. Actually, it's a funny story why I started with the dry pasta. I actually spilled a box of pasta all over the floor, and I felt really bad about wasting it and throwing it out. So I decided that it would become a toy for the kids. So I put it in this container, and I usually give my two oldest, my 3-year-old and my 5-year-old, a bowl each and some type of serving spoon that's a bigger spoon that's easier for them to handle. And yesterday they were bored and I was trying to get ready for this holiday party I had to go to. So I took the lid off and I said, okay, you sit here, you sit there, take your spoon. And I said, it's a race to see who can scoop more of this pasta into their bowl. So they had to race and, until this was empty. They took their spoons and put it into their own separate bowl. And then at the end, my son, who is 5, who loves to count everything and anything, I told him he had to count how much pasta was in his bowl. And let me tell you, he counted every single piece of this. He ended up with about 249 pieces of pasta, and he counted every single one. And then I said, okay, well, your 3-year-old sister can't count. So we want to see who has more pasta in their bowl after the race. So then I made him count the pasta in his sister's bowl. And they played with this for a good 20 minutes. And this was just one type of pasta. You could combine different shaped pasta and make them sorted. You could, there's so many options. You could do crafts where you have to glue the pasta onto something, but just stirring the pasta in here or shaking it, like making noises, like it's in instruments. You could make instruments with different size Tupperware containers. Anything you want to do, it's just, there's so much that you can do with this pasta. Kids love to play. They love to pretend to cook. And my kids just love this pasta. So anyhow, there are 21 people watching right now, which is so exciting. If you're just tuning in, I'm Nicole, the host of The Break for Moms. And I took a month break of my own, but I'm back and I'm hoping to be hosting the show now every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you're on the West Coast, that is 10 a.m. your time. And I'm talking about everything to do with being a mom, but specifically my motivation for this show is supporting other moms, encouraging them, and giving them a place to connect. This is like a cyber network called Break for Moms, where you can actually call into the show. And speaking of calling into the show, I'm going to tell you how to do that right now because I would love to meet those of you that are watching right now. I can't see you, but you can see me, and that's kind of not fair. I want to meet you. I want to hear your mom's story, and I want you to be automatically entered to win this super cute show t-shirt. I have them in many, many sizes, and I personally mail it to you. All you have to do to be entered is call into the show today. Now, if no one calls into the show today, then I have to postpone the contest, and that would be very, very sad because I have these cute t-shirts lying around, and it would make a super cute holiday gift. So with that said, here's what you need to do. If you do not have an account with Bidchat, first of all, you have to wait till after the show to do that. Okay, so sorry if you don't have an account signed up, but you can't call in today. So for those of you that don't have an account, after this broadcast, finish the broadcast, and then I want you to go ahead and sign up for an account. You can just go to Bidchat's homepage, and there will be an option at the top to join and sign up for an account. It's free. All you have to do is put in your email and create some type of username. Once you do that, come back to the Break for Moms profile page. I won't be live anymore after the show, but you'll see my profile. Just go to the search at the top of Bidchat's homepage and type in the Break for Moms. It'll pull up this show page, and you will see a heart icon by my profile, and you can click on that, and I will get a notification that I have a new follower, and I will send you something called Bitcoins. What are Bitcoins? Well, it's the show's currency. It's like money, okay? The minimum that you can bid to call into the show is 100 Bitcoins. It does normally cost money to call into the show, but you don't have to worry about that because I have promotional coins to give to you for free. So don't worry about that. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to create an account and be an official follower of the show page, and then I will send you Bitcoins so you can call into the show for free. If you've got those Bitcoins, then here's what you need to do. You need to search up above this broadcast for the words Big Q. Click on that. It will pull up this long list of prices, including Bitcoin and Bitbucks. Just bid the minimum today. All you need is a minimum of 100 Bitcoins for 1 minute. and you will see a gold coin icon next to 100 Bitcoins per minute. There's all these prices. Look for 100 Bitcoins. That's the price you want to pay. That's the minimum, okay? Click on that and call into the show. I can extend your call for 1 minute. You'll actually get 2 minutes. And you can share with me your mom's story if you're a mom, if you're not a mom. Tell me who you are. Tell me how you found the show. And tell me a little bit about you. Tell me where you're calling from. I want to know who is the farthest away watching this show today. I am from the Metro Detroit area. So shout out to anybody from Metro Detroit. You can go ahead and click the thumbs up icon to give me a quick positive message there, a like. Just click that thumbs up. Or you can right now tweet me on Twitter at The Break for Moms, or you can send me a message and comment right on my picture on Instagram. I posted a picture from my holiday party yesterday. So if you want to comment just below that picture on Instagram, again, just go to at The Break for Moms, use the number 4. As well as Facebook. You can comment on there as well. I've got my phone by me. Oops, where did I set it? It's here somewhere. It's right underneath here. So if I get a notification, I'm going to know right away. In fact, I'm going to check right now. Let's see if anybody messaged me on Twitter. Let's refresh. I don't know if anybody did yet. But I have some new followers on Twitter that messaged me saying they were going to check it out. So Sarah, if you are watching, we connected on Twitter earlier today. Thank you so much for watching. If you are, I hope you are. I'd love to have you call in. You probably don't have any Bitcoins just yet, but hang tight. I'll tell everybody again after the show how you can do that. Because the interaction piece is probably the top piece about this show. Moms need to connect with other moms. And oftentimes we either don't have time, we don't have the means to do it. Maybe we're in an area where we don't have other moms to connect with. Maybe you live in the country and you're far away from everybody, or you move to a new town, or you're working overseas, or you're a stay-at-home mom like me and you've got little ones and it's hard to get out of the house. Or maybe you're working right now and you don't work with other moms, or you do, but you just don't have time to talk. You're busy working all day. Whatever the case may be, this is the place for you. And if you can't watch the show live, you can certainly watch the archive broadcast and connect. I'm going to tell you about my everyday life as a mom. And let me tell you, it's not always easy. Like I mentioned before, I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And sometimes I'm just kind of tired and overwhelmed. And I feel lonely because I'm the only adult at home for the majority of the day. So if you're like me and you feel like you want to connect with other moms, I hope this show will provide that benefit for you. That's what the main goal is. And the interactive piece is what's going to be so fun once people figure out how to call in. You can chat with me, and everyone else watching can see you calling in and talking with me live as well. And that's what's fun. So you can learn about other moms from other areas of the world. Hopefully, we have viewers from across the globe. I think there might be some viewers from Canada. If you are from Canada and you're watching right now, I want you to go ahead and give me a thumbs up right now. I'm watching. I see we have 9 thumbs up. So if I see another thumbs up right now, I'm going to know that somebody else is tuning in from Canada. I know I have some friends that I'm making in the Toronto area. So if anybody's from Toronto, I'd love to hear from you. Call into the show. And I'm realizing that I'm moving a lot because I'm excited, and I tend to move when I'm excited. So I'm going to try not move so much. Sorry about that. Anyhow, I am broadcasting live from my home. This is my piano room. My piano is over there. I play the piano too. And I love music around the holiday time. So don't hesitate to use music to calm your household. If you have little ones, they can easily switch from a bad mood to a good mood just simply by putting some music on. I know it sounds simple. I always have a kid's CD playing in the car. If it's not playing, it's there ready at any time. Or I play some Christmas music or whatever kind of music that your family enjoys that's kid-friendly. Have it ready because sometimes you just need to have that backup plan when things aren't going well, or you need to cook, or you need to wrap presents, or you just need to get ready to get out the door, okay? Let's move on. Let's talk about gifts. Gifts, okay. So I just went to Toys R Us yesterday. I'm assuming that all of you know about Toys R Us, depending on where you're watching from. And I picked out some gifts for my kids, so I thought I would share with you what I was so excited to buy for my kids for this Christmas. And they weren't necessarily things on their list, but they're things that I think that a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old will enjoy. So let me grab them for you right now. And interestingly, one of the gifts is used. It's not even new. So don't forget about the possibility of going to a thrift store or a resale shop, any kind of mom shop where they sell used toys, mom sales, the internet, eBay. You don't have to spend a ton of money to get your kids gifts that they will love. Remember that dry erase board I just showed you? Dry erase boards are great, they're only $1. Okay, so let's start with the used gift. I paid $10 for this, and oh, let me get it. Hold on. This is for my daughter. I'm still here. Don't worry. You just can't see me because I'm grabbing this. Okay. So I got this. It's older model, but I probably saved $40 by getting this used. Okay, so this is a Graco Big Doll Swing. Okay, it's got some nicks on it, but I don't really care, and my 3-year-old won't care either, and her little 1-year-old sister probably won't care either. So it actually had batteries in it when I bought it. It swings. Kind of cool. It's a little fast. I'm gonna have to see if I can adjust that. But it also said it played music. I'm still figuring that out because I need to probably call the company. It didn't come with a manual because it was used. But anyhow, a baby doll swing. There are so many cool things at the store for little girls or little boys, for that matter, to play pretend with a baby doll. Especially if you're a mom that's expecting a baby and you want your kids to be ready and get adjusted. This might be a great idea. It doesn't have to just be for girls. I think boys need to understand how to handle a little baby as well, and this is a great way. Here's a little, I guess you could call that a bassinet or a Moses basket. So I got both of those for $10, which I thought was a good deal because they have all of these baby and me items at the store, and stores want a lot of money for those. So like I said, don't underestimate the value of a used gift. Kids don't care. They don't even care if it's wrapped. I'm not going to wrap it. I'm probably just going to throw a sheet over it, put the baby doll in it. I know that my kids are going to love it. And yeah, I think my son's going to want to play with it too. So again, don't worry so much when they're little, especially about boy and girl gifts. Your kids are all going to share them. If you have more than one kid, they're going to share. Okay, so now this item, again, not something on their list. My kids are little and they don't really know what they want, but I know what they like to do. And I know what I want them to have. I want them to be busy. So this I found at the store. It's Imaginarium Creations mess-free painting. Okay, well, I don't know how mess-free it's going to be, but here's what's cool about it, and this is why I liked it. It says squeeze and paint brushes. So the actual paint is the brush too. The brush is on the end because my kids fight over paint brushes. I know it sounds silly, but maybe that has something to do with the fact that they're 5 and 3. But they do. Whichever paintbrush I give my other child, the other one wants it. One is skinny, one is fatter. So this way they each are getting their own. And it was only $10, which I don't know, maybe that seems like a lot for paint. But they look like they have a lot of paint in them. So this is, again, Imaginary Creations. By the way, no one is paying me to talk about these products. This is just from my own heart sharing with you so that maybe I can save you some time at the store with ideas. If not for your own kid, maybe as a gift for another child, if you're thinking, well, what am I going to get kids? What's something that they don't have already? I don't think you can buy kids enough arts and crafts supplies. They love it, and they love it when it's coming from someone else. So even if maybe coming from me, they wouldn't want this, if this were from someone else, they're going to instantly want it. And if my son gets it and my daughter doesn't, she's going to want it even more. So I got this for both of them. And the other cool thing about it is you see this girl has this picture in the background. It comes with some coloring pages, paint pages, I should say. So it's all in there for you. I think this is going to keep my kids busy for a really long time. I almost wish I could give it to them before Christmas to keep them busy. So anyways, got that for both my kids, $10 a piece. I thought that was worth it. This is for my son, but again, a lot of things for your kids can kind of be wee gifts. So if you don't have a lot of money and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you know, you could even just get each of your kids one quality gift that can serve as a wee gift. So your kids really feel like they got more than one gift because they can share their siblings' gift as well. And that's kind of what I did too. I didn't buy a ton of things, but I got gifts that are interchangeable with each kid. Okay. I don't think my 1-year-old could play with this, but I guess I monitored her. So it's called Crazy Art. It's kind of like, does it say kinetic sand? This doesn't say kinetic sand. They sell something called kinetic sand, but I believe this one was cheaper. There's a bunch of different varieties and knockoffs of the traditional kinetic sand. If you've seen that, maybe seen it on an infomercial, or you've seen it in another store. This is called Crazy Sand, but it's basically the same thing as those different types of sand. It says it never dries out, and it says play indoors or out, no mess. Okay, I do not like the idea of a sandbox. I'm sorry. I'm one of those moms, I think about the mess before the mess has even been created. I just don't like it. So I like the idea of this being a little bit more mess-free. It says feel it, move it, watch it grow. It does say age 4 and up, but I think if you're monitoring, as long as your kids don't eat it, they're okay. It does say non-toxic. So anyhow, it comes with, I believe, a few of these little toys. It comes with a tray. Yep, it comes with these pieces, if you could see those. But you can add your own pieces. You can add cookie cutters. Speaking of the holidays, if you've got a bucket of cookie cutters, let me tell you, I use my cookie cutters for all sorts of things. In fact, I probably use my cookie cutters for everything but making cookies. I use them for Play-Doh. I use them occasionally if I need a cutout to make shapes for my kids' sandwiches, to get them to eat their sandwiches or any food that I make them. You can do all kinds of things with cookie cutters. So if you don't own cookie cutters, you might want to consider buying them even if you are not good in the baking department. So you can add your own toys to this, even some forks and spoons, whatever. Kids don't care. They just want to play with the sand, shape it and mold it and make it. So this was, I believe, $15. I had a coupon for Toys R Us for $10 off, so that helped with the purchase price. Don't underestimate also the value of Amazon. If you are a Prime member on Amazon, I found out that there are exclusive offers just for Prime members where you can get things on Amazon a lot cheaper, even than the regular Amazon price. And I'm going to tell you about the last gift in a few minutes here. I want to show you a few more things. Again, none of these were really, really expensive. Okay, my kids love PJ Masks, so this is kind of a wee gift. I might give this one to my son as well, but they're both going to play with it. 24-piece puzzles. There are 8 of them. It was $20 at Kohl's, but I had a ton of Kohl's cash and $10 off for registering for paperless statements. And I had a $10 for my birthday. I mentioned before, if you watched the beginning of the show, I have a Christmas Eve birthday. So around December, I get a lot of extra coupons in the mail, which came in handy for me. Anyhow, Kohl's had this, but Toys R Us carries PJ Masks stuff if your kids like PJ Masks. That's the only other place I know that carries PJ Masks stuff right now. I could be wrong, though. Every day I think they're getting more and more toys shipped to different toy retailers. Okay, so PJ Masks, puzzles. Puzzles are great for kids. Okay, a little funny story about this. So I was shopping with my 3-year-old the other day. I took her for some mommy and me time by herself with to Kohl's. If you have Kohl's by you, I love Kohl's. Anyhow, line guard. My kids like the line guard. And my daughter wanted this. And I don't like figurines because I feel like they play with them for 5 minutes and then they're all over the house. They're under the couch. You have to search for them. And nobody wants to play with them anymore. They don't want to play with them unless somebody else is playing with them, such as an adult who's making them talk. If I'm not making them talk, they don't want to play. But my daughter wanted this, and I said, okay, you can carry it around the store, and then we'll put it back at the end. Well, she still had it in her hand. So I thought, okay, you know what? She really, really wants this. I'm going to get it. And I put it in the bag, and then we went to another store, and halfway through shopping at the other store, she said, oh, we forgot about my line guard toy. We forgot to buy it. She didn't know that I bought it. She didn't see it in the bag in the trunk of the car. So I'm excited that this can really be a Christmas gift because I thought I was going to have to give it to her early because she saw it. Anyhow, line guard. Kids like line guard, and this is kind of a gender neutral gift. If you're worried about that. Everybody likes animals. So, again, making them talk, encouraging socialization if you've got little ones. Sometimes these figurines can be good for that. If you've got a child that's really shy, then in that sense, it's not just a toy that they're just going to look at for 5 minutes. It can be a jumping point for teaching skills, okay? So keep that in mind with toys. What skills do you want to teach your kids? If you want to teach socialization, what can you do? Dolls, figurines can be great for that. I've done that with my own kids, sharing, anything that you can share. Okay. So there are 5 of these. That's not an even number, but you can figure out a way to encourage sharing when there are multiple pieces. That's always good. Okay. So the last item I don't have with me, and this is one for my daughters. I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. So this is kind of a wee gift for them. I know it seemed like I had some things that were geared towards my son at the beginning, but this one is big. And I actually bought it at Toys R Us, and then I decided to take it back because I saw it cheaper on Amazon if you're a Prime member. I am not a Prime member, and I didn't want to pay for Prime, but right now you can sign up for a 30-day free trial, which allows you to take advantage of any of the Prime offers, and you can always cancel it if you don't want to pay for that Prime membership. Let me tell you, the gift that I wanted to get is called the Bidchat, and it's a Bidchat Princess Palace, I believe it's called. This thing is adorable, okay? It's this huge castle, and it has all these little people, but the little people were bigger than the traditional little people, if you know about the little people toys for little kids. They were bigger. They were about this big, more of a fist size, I would say, a small fist size, and there were like 4 of them, and the price at Toys R Us was $55. The Amazon Prime member exclusive price was $38. That's a big difference. And I looked online. I saw Walmart had it a little bit cheaper, but that was the best deal by far. But I wasn't an Amazon Prime member, so quickly I realized that if you're not an Amazon Prime member, there are certain exclusive items on Amazon deals that you simply cannot buy. I tried to put it in my cart, it wouldn't work. So I quickly signed up for the free trial, and then I was able to instantly get that Princess Palace from Bidchat in my cart, and it is on the way. And with Amazon Prime, you get 2-day free shipping, which is awesome. So if you're worried about getting things in time for the holidays, you've got a good shot on Amazon, especially if you are a Prime member. So anyhow, like I said earlier in the program, no one's paying me. I am not an affiliate for Amazon or Toys R Us or Kohl's or any of those places. I'm just simply telling you from my experience as a mom, some things that I got for the kids, where I got them, what my experience was, and what the prices are, so that hopefully I can make your shopping a little bit easier. And again, it's not so much about what you're spending. It's just, the spirit of giving. We celebrate Christmas, so of course, we talk about the birth of Jesus and that being the most important. But what you need to think about is what is most important for your family during this busy holiday season. What is it about? You can get lost in the shuffle of going to parties and the stress of going to the store and buying gifts and decorating your house. I know I put up some decorations. I still haven't put my tree up. But, what's most important? Think about that and make sure that you are impressing upon that with your kids. And that's probably the biggest tip for today in navigating through the holidays. And I'm telling you this now and not, the day before Christmas or, a week before New Year's, because I want you to start from now. This is the beginning of the month of December, and you need to kind of focus. And I need to focus too, because it's easy to get stressed out about the decorations, what you're cooking, the wrapping of presents, the buying of things, spending money, managing money, budgeting money. It gets difficult. So just think about, what's the most important, your family, and, whatever your traditions are, whatever your faith is. That's most important. These are little things, so keep that in mind. Like I said, when you're navigating the holidays, don't let this other stuff get in the way. By the way, I apologize. My voice is a little bit hoarse. I'm getting over a terrible cold that I had for almost a month now. I hear that lots of colds are going around. I hope that it's not going to be a bad flu season in Metro Detroit. Anyhow, speaking of getting organized, navigating the holidays, I want to share with you my favorite planner. It's so cute. And if you haven't noticed already, I like gold. So I have my gold pillow. I have gold in the background. Actually, I forgot to turn my lights on. Whoop, here we go. Can you see? You probably can't even see. Let's see if I can move this up a little bit. There are lights on that little decorative fake plant in the vase. LEDs are great. And you know what? You can get some cheap ones. You don't have to spend a lot of money. I know a lot of places like Pier 1 or other high-end stores charge a lot for LED lights to decorate your holiday decor. If you want to add it to a wreath or add it to some garland or add it to your tree, or wherever else you might want to add LED lights for the holidays. I got mine at Target and they were $3 each. This was a little bulb set, and I got another one that was just literally this simple wire. I think no, it's on my piano. I'm not going to grab it right now, but it's just like a little wire with little LED lights, so you can barely. It's nothing that stands out. You could just wrap it around a fake plant or a tree, or even a picture up on your wall. If you want to just add some lights to it, it's just very small amount. I don't think it was more than 4 feet, but you don't have to spend a lot on that. Okay, so back to my love of gold and all things gold. I think gold's really in style right now. So this is called the Happy Planner, and I love this planner. I actually found out after I spent a ton of money on refills for this planner, because I had this planner last year, that if you are a Costco member, they sell this Happy Planner kit for $25, and it includes stickers and all these supplies. And I probably spent a lot. I probably spent like $50 on all the supplies. But I bought 2 years of refills, so that's actually like buying 2 planners and more. Okay, so let me show you this because it's so cute. So my husband and I are trying to get on a budget. So I bought these budget pages, and it starts in January for the budget pages, but it has like month at a glance, and you can write down all your bills if you can see that. This was a whole packet separate from the planner. If you just search on the internet, the Happy Planner by Mambi, M-A-M-B-I, you'll find all kinds of supplies. Okay, so I got the budget calendar because I wanted mine to be focused on the budget. But there's a fitness one, or you can just get the regular calendar without all the bells and whistles. But there's an expense tracker for each month, and it actually has like the month calendar too. Let me see what else here. I can show you just the sample calendar, and it came with stickers. So I put the stickers for the month. So you could get this at any time, even if you don't get it in January, and you still have a full year. They give you the stickers for the months and the stickers for the dates, which is pretty cool. But I like all of the cute designs, and you can get cute magnetic magnets to add if you need to kind of clip something in on your calendar page. Love these, love these. You saw that I have these little clips for it. They're so cute. This makes a great gift, by the way, for a friend or whoever. Clips. I'm not going to take a bunch of time on that. I bought an extra pack of folders, so there's a bunch of folders, and they go in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rings, and I actually bought bigger rings to expand my planner, so I could have a 2-year planner. But you can always get refills for this. So if you buy a year planner, you can get refills the next year, so you don't have to keep buying a new planner. I know a lot of people buy a new planner every year. You don't have to do that. You can just buy refills for this. And here's something else interesting. This is totally random, just kind of a fun mom thing in honor of taking time for yourself and getting organized. I consider working on my planner me time. That might sound kind of goofy, but this really makes me happy, this planner. And just sitting by myself and writing in my planner and getting organized makes me happy. So thus, that might be why they call it the Happy Planner. Anyhow, it does really make me happy. So more about me time in the planner. Scheduling me time with friends. There are super cute stickers. I don't see it here. I don't know what I did with my stickers. I thought I had them in this planner. Let me see if I got it in the store. I don't see it here. Anyhow, I got a whole package of stickers that are really cute that go with this. Here's some other designs. You can see these are just ones that came with the budget. Everything is very colorful that goes with these planners. Lots of gold stuff, but lots of colorful stuff as well. And there's dividers in between that have really nice messages. Let's see if I can find one. Anyhow, stickers. So some of the stickers say like me time with girls, girls night in, girls night out, that kind of stuff. Here, look, here's another folder. It says, let life surprise you. Kind of cute. Let me see the other divider. Oh, some days you just have to create your own sunshine. So it's got all these cute little inspirational messages. And if you just get like the regular planner without the budget stuff or the fitness goals, there's a page for birthdays, monthly goals, important dates, don't forget. And then there's also your week by week schedule, Monday through Sunday, and you can write in literally like morning, afternoon, and evening what you're doing. So that's nice for getting organized. I think it's really important around the holiday time to be organized, and that can cut down on your stress a lot. And I say that myself because I'm not the most organized person, but I've got my planner, so I'm ready to get a little bit more organized. Okay, so let's take a break from me talking. I'm going to invite people to call into the show. Know that you can call in at any time, even when I'm talking. Feel free to interrupt me because the interactive piece with the show is so important. Make sure that you don't feel alone during the holidays. If you have little kids like me, sometimes you might feel like you're at a party and you're feeding your kids the whole time. You're changing diapers, you're running back and forth with your toddler that's potty training, and maybe you feel like you didn't even get to sit down and enjoy the party. I've had that happen many, many, many times. Make sure you ask for help. If someone else at the party is not willing to help you, then maybe just take some time to take a breather or eat first. Sometimes this sounds really selfish, but sometimes when I go to a party, I just let my kids go and play and I eat first if there's food. Because I know that once I start feeding my kids, I might not take time to eat myself. So keep that in mind. I don't think you're a bad parent if you eat first. Sometimes your kids don't care. They're running around playing. There are other kids at a party or they've got a new gift and they want to look at it. The little kids I know don't even want to sit down to eat. So it's okay to eat first. That's some advice I would give you. Like I mentioned early in the show, bring some things to keep your kids busy so that you can eat when you're away from home. I've had a bad habit of not eating because when my kids are eating, if they're eating and they're taking care of themselves and I'm not feeding them, then I'm oftentimes trying to get something else done at home. So use some of these tips that I've talked about throughout the program to help you to take some time for yourself, but also take some time this holiday season to get together with another mom or another dad, a set of parents. You know, if you're a mom or a dad watching this, I don't know who's watching the program right now, but whether you're a mom or a dad or someone else that works with kids, your teacher, and you feel like you don't get time during the day, you're working with kids all day, you're tired, make sure you make some time for yourself. I need to take this advice as well. Even if it's time organizing, it can take a huge weight off your shoulders when you feel more organized. And speaking of organized, I finally treated myself to, this is going to sound so silly, but I have been wanting to get one of those wrapping paper organizers since I got married 7 years ago. That was one of the first things I wanted to get the first Christmas that I was in my house married with my husband. And I never bought it. Every year after Christmas, I see them on sale and I never buy it because I say, no, I don't need to spend the money on that. I can just shove it and the wrapping paper rolls under the bed or put them in the basement. And, you know, that's what's happened. They're just under my bed or in the basement. So finally, the other day, I went and I bought myself a wrapping paper holder, a nice one, and it had pockets for tissue paper and bows. And I was so excited because I bought a bunch of new wrapping paper for Christmas time to wrap my kids' presents and wrap presents for other people. And I put all of the rolls in there. I put tissue paper in there, and I slid it all under the bed. It was all neatly and nicely together. I didn't worry about my kids grabbing it and ruining the wrapping paper like they oftentimes do because I don't put it away fast enough. And I just felt so relieved. I'm telling you this because it's the silliest thing. It has nothing to do with anything but the fact that I felt like one tiny aspect of my life was organized. And I felt so relieved that my wrapping paper was all together and it was organized and it looked nice. It was under the bed and I knew where it was so that the next time I needed wrapping paper, it was all together. I knew it wasn't going to get ruined. And I knew that I would put it away right away before my kids can ruin it because I now have this container for it. So I think that's kind of symbolic of how important it is to stay organized during the holidays because it really does take a weight off your shoulders. As moms, we feel very overwhelmed, very easily. We're managing everybody's schedule. We're taking care of everybody else. Oftentimes we feel like there's no time for us until the end of the evening when you're exhausted and you just want to lay on the couch and go to bed. That's me. If anybody else feels that way, feel free to call in and share that with me. And if you have any other tips for me, that would be great. But these are my main tips for the holidays. Feeling like you're organized, having some emergency activities for your kids to take along with you on the road or wherever you're going, or if you're at home and you're cooking and cleaning and trying to prepare for the holidays. You know, there are little things you can give your kids to keep them busy. Another one, if you are in a cold weather climate and you have snow, like we may this Christmas in Metro Detroit, is you can actually bring snow inside. I am not a big cold weather person. I don't know how I've survived in Michigan all of these years, but I'm not a cold weather person. So last year, someone gave me the idea of bringing snow inside. Okay, So here's what you can do. You can either, depending on how many kids you have, how old they are, you can either put it on a cookie tray, that's got a little bit of a lip on it, or even better, you can take a laundry basket, one that, maybe doesn't have super big holes, but whatever, it still works. And just scoop up some snow from outside, toss it in the laundry basket, bring it inside, set it on top of a towel. If you have carpet or wood floors or whatever kind of floor you have, set it on top of a towel or a big blanket that you don't care about that can just get wet. It's snow, it's not going to stink. You can wash it after. And if you have sand toys, throw them in, or spoons and bowls, whatever you have lying around your kitchen, throw that in with the snow. Tell your kids the snow is not allowed to leave the basket, or it has to stay in the area of the blanket that's underneath, of the towel that's underneath. And you can put cookie sheets around the basket so that the overflow can go onto those cookie sheets. Whatever you want to do, as long as it's waterproof and you've got like a blanket there underneath in case some does spill out. Confine them to that area. Give them some mittens, or maybe they don't even want to wear mittens. My kids just want to get their hands wet sometimes and they don't care if it's cold. But let them play inside. As long as it doesn't melt, let me tell you, it'll last for a while depending on what temperature your house is. And, if the snow is really compact, you don't want to use snow that's super, super wet. But, if it's something that's moldable, then they can play with that for a really long time. And I did this last year with my kids, and it was a hit. And I didn't have to worry about going outside with them. They played with the snow longer inside than they would have outside, because outside in Michigan, it seems like when we do have the snow, it's too cold. And then their fingers get really cold, even with gloves, or the snow gets in between their gloves, and then they're freezing because their whole body is cold. Inside, their hands might get cold, but their body's warm because they're in the heat. So they'll play with the snow longer. You don't have to worry about putting on multiple pairs of boots and gloves and hats and snowsuits. We've got little ones, and it's fun. Or I guess older kids, I don't know what age kids stop playing with snow, because I just have little kids, but you could definitely do some other activities with snow in the house, like making homemade ice cream. If you think your snow is clean enough to do that, use snow from your backyard. Hopefully no animals have gotten into it. But you can do that. I have a lot of friends that make homemade ice cream. Just search on the internet, and you can find a recipe for that using snow. And that's fun for older kids as well. So those are some ideas. I'm peeking around my light that's in front of me to see what time it is. It is 1:47. I haven't had any callers, and I think maybe people might not have Bitcoins today, or maybe you do, but you're scared to call in, or you're intimidated. You don't want other people to see you live, or you're just not sure how to do it. Okay, that's okay. Relax, okay? Take a breather. Here's what I'm going to tell you, okay? We'll worry about the contest later. I'm not even worried about that right now. When people start calling in frequently, we will hold the contest. My show t-shirts, which I have here for just tuning in, I'm going to give one of these away on another one of my shows, but I want to have more interaction first. And we didn't have any callers today. That's okay. So once we do have callers, I will start giving away some free things on the show. I want to do that, and I can't wait to do that. But here's what you need to do. If you're confused or you have a question about calling into the show, here's what I want you to do. I want you to contact me. Just simply send me an email, Nicole, Nicole, at thebreakformoms.com. Make sure you use the number 4 in that email, okay? Or you can reach out to me via the blog and the official show website at www.thebreakformoms.com, again, with the number 4. Or you can reach out to me on social media at The Break for Moms, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, okay? So keep that in mind. It's okay if you don't understand how to do it, or maybe you were having trouble with your internet connection. Keep in mind, if you're just tuning in recently, in order to have the best live streaming experience, you should use Google Chrome or Firefox as your browser. You can download either of those for free on the internet. It's completely safe. I did it over the internet before I started my live streaming show a few months ago. And use one of those, and it's very easy to set up and install, and then try again if you were trying to call in and it just wasn't working. You need to have a secure connection. You need to have a webcam. Preferably use your desktop or mobile, desktop or laptop computer with an Ethernet connection. That's the best connection. But if you're operating off of Wi-Fi, that's okay too. If you're on the go and you're using 4G on your cell phone, your smartphone, or mobile device of some other kind, your iPad or your other tablet, know that you're not going to get as good of a connection. So you might try to call in, you might get bounced off, it might not go through. Keep that in mind. Share with your friends. Maybe you don't want to call in, but you know someone that would, or might feel more comfortable, or maybe can help you, and you can call in together. You can have a girls' day at your house next Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time during my show, and maybe you can team up with somebody else and call in together so you don't feel nervous. Whatever your reason may be, reach out to me. Let me know. Give me some feedback. I want to hear from you. I want to hear who you are, where you're from. I want you to tell me about your holiday routines and what you're doing to keep the sanity in your household during the holidays. And, remember that all these other things, these traditions, I'm in the U.S., obviously, I'm from Metro Detroit. There's a lot of traditions that are just, American traditions. But besides those things, keep in mind what for your family is most important. Giving, family, your faith, whatever it may be, emphasize that and remember those points, because that's more important than all of this stuff, all of the decorations, all of the gifts, the shopping, the sales, the clothes. If you're buying Christmas clothes, pictures. I know I stress out about family photos. I like to send out a Christmas card every holiday, and I stress out about that. Why am I stressing out about it? Okay, if the kids don't smile in the photo, oh well, they're just kids. Okay, so I'm going to try to remember that. You try to remember that. Feel free to share with me any tips that you have. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I will try to share the things that you are sharing. If you have some holiday tips, I'm going to try to create a new board on Pinterest. I'm on Pinterest now with the Break for Moms. So if you're sharing things, I will find a way to take your tips and tricks and special ideas, and I'll share them as well. Okay, so I'll share the love. If you've got a blog, if you're mom with a blog, share with me so I can share with others. And please share this website, www.thebreakformoms.com with the number 4, with your friends and family, anyone else you know that you meet on the street that's a mom. And please subscribe. My goal is by the new year to get 100 subscribers. That seems so small. I feel embarrassed saying that, but I have a lot of people interacting with me and the show on social media, but I don't have subscribers. So try to figure out how to get people to subscribe. If you subscribe to the blog, the newsletter, I should say, it's not just a blog, it's a show newsletter. You'll get information about the show and what's coming up. You'll get the archived videos sent to your inbox. So if you aren't available during the live show, you can watch the videos at your own convenience. You'll have information about contests, so you can make sure that you enter all the contests that I will be holding. By the way, I'll be holding another contest when I get 100 subscribers on my blog, 100 subscribers for the newsletter on the website. So make sure you do that. Share with your friends. Help me out. Help me out on the phone, Mom. I want to help you out. If you are a mom with a business, I'd love to showcase your business on the show. It's a great platform to share whatever it is that is related to motherhood and parenting and other moms, child rearing, babies, you name it. The show covers roughly, moms, parents of kids ages 0 to 18. At that point, they're not dependents anymore. So, that's been my experience. But if you are a seasoned mom who has older kids, but you want to call into the show as a veteran mom to be a mentor and offer advice, we would love to hear from you as well. All of us would love to hear from you. That's so important. I am part of a group for moms, a support group that's kind of like a MOPS group. If you've heard of MOPS, it's similar to that. And it meets every 2 weeks. And it's a great opportunity to connect with other moms. I'm so glad I have that opportunity. And I have mentor moms that I'm friends with as a part of the group. And it's just been more valuable than I can even express in words. So if you don't have that kind of experience, let the show be an experience for you to connect with other moms. You can connect with me, whether you call into the show or you catch me on social media and we chat and exchange messages. Whatever the case may be, I want to connect with you. I want to hear what you're struggling with, or if you've got some great ideas or some tips for me while I navigate through this season of life. I don't mean it to be a pun, but I mean this season as in the holiday season, and this season as a mom of little ones as well. So, in either case, if you've got some tips for me or some things you'd like to share, I'd love to hear from you. I'm just a mom like all of you. I just happen to be live streaming with my webcam in front of me and some fancy lights. But, at the end of the day, when the show's over, the lights get turned off, the computer gets turned off, and I run to go pick up my son and pick up my other two kids that are with my mom right now so I could do the show. And I've got a messy house. And, I'm not sure what's for dinner tonight. And I just want to clean up the house before one of my friends comes over tomorrow, and I'm nervous about it because my house is a mess and the Christmas tree isn't up, and I'm worried that I don't have a photo of my kids, up on daddy's shoulders, putting the star on the tree, and am I a bad mom because I don't have one of those photos? I worry about all these things, just like so many of you, and we need to stop worrying about that. Stop comparing, and just be you and focus on what's most important. As far as the other stuff, utilize these tips and tricks I gave you. If you've got some good ideas, again, like I said, share them with me. Share them with your friends and family. Social media and the internet is a great way to get ideas, but don't go it alone. Don't feel like you have to be the perfect mom. Be the good enough mom. I've been told that many, many times. Be the good enough mom. You're good enough as is. You care about your family. You're taking care of them to the best of your ability, whether you are work outside of the home mom, a stay-at-home mom, work at home mom, adoptive mom, a teacher, caregiver of children of any type, babysitter, nanny, grandparent that's taken on the role of parent. The list goes on and on. There's so many different makeups for our families, and we're all navigating through the holidays, regardless of what you celebrate and what your faith is. So I just hope that this inspires you today. I'd love to hear from you. This interactive piece is so important. That's really the baby in the heart of this show. So I hope that you'll tune in next week. I'm going to be every Monday live at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Again, that's 10 a.m. on the West Coast. If you are in Canada and you're in the Toronto area, you're on the same time as me. So hi to anyone that might be watching from the Baby Spot. I want to give a shout out to this awesome online global magazine, which I am so fortunate to be a part of. I'm going to be guest blogging here and there for the Baby Spot. So check them out on social media. It's just at the Baby Spot. It's .ca because they're in Canada. So if you go to their website, www.thebabysspot.ca, I believe, because they're in Canada. So check that out too. You can find all that information and more on the show blog. Again, www.thebreakformoms.com. I'll have all the information from the show. Try to take some pictures of some of these gifts for the kids. Hopefully the kids don't see the pictures. That would not be good. And I have some really exciting stuff to share with you next week. One of the things, this is so near and dear to my heart, so I'm going to give you a little teaser. Make sure I'm not running out of time here. I've got 2 minutes to tell you this. For next week, I'm hoping that I get some callers so I can run a contest. But if not, don't worry about that. This topic has been bothering me forever. The topic of approaching Santa. Regardless of your faith and whether or not you choose to celebrate Santa, I felt like I wanted to tell my kids the truth about Santa. I just felt weird about it and lying to them. I celebrated Santa as a kid, and I don't think it's a big deal. But I wanted to find a book that kind of just told the real story of St. Nicholas and, just kind of put it all out there. And whether you celebrate Santa or not, or maybe you have older kids and they're at that point where you did celebrate Santa, but you want to tell them the truth, I'm going to talk about this book. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail, so I don't want to talk about it until I actually read it and can fully 100% recommend it. But it's called Santa, Are You For Real? I believe that's what it's called, Santa, Are You For Real? I'm going to talk about it next week. But I got it used on this website called Abe Books, A-B-E Books. And I'm excited for it to come in the mail because it's kind of a tricky topic. I know some Christian families don't celebrate. They don't do the whole Santa thing. But even if you are a family that does celebrate Santa, I'm still trying to figure all that out. Regardless, at some point, your kids are going to find out that there really isn't a Santa. But, we know the story of St. Nicholas. So I'm hoping that this book will kind of help with that. And I think it can help with you too. Like I said, regardless of whether or not you celebrate Santa, whatever you choose to do, you have to do what's good for your family. And I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying that I think it's a book that would help a lot of people. So if you are celebrating Santa and you are at that point where you need to explain things to your kids, I want to bring up this book next week. I'm excited about it. Anyhow, feel free to reach out to me on social media at The Break for Moms. Tell me what you want to hear about during the month of December. I've got some great ideas on some other topics for next week, but I hope to hear from you, and I hope to have this interactive piece going where callers call in, because who would not love to meet other moms besides me on the show, talking about motherhood, talking about their struggles and their successes as a mother. We all would want to hear about it. And who would like to hear from dads as well? Me, I'm trying to get my husband to come live with me. I don't know if I'm going to get him to do that, but if you know any guys that want to talk parenting, please reach out to them. I'm reaching out to a bunch of dads on Twitter, and you spread the message as well. It is 2 o'clock. I've got to be respectful. There are many other great high quality shows on Bidchat. I hope you'll check them out. It's 2 p.m. Eastern time, so I want to make sure I give credit to the other shows that are starting right now. So I've got to close out this broadcast. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week. Keep in mind that you can do this. Moms, you're doing a great job. You are the good enough mom, and you can navigate through the holidays and not struggle and not be stressed, and stay healthy. You want to stay healthy, okay? Socially, emotionally, physically as well. So keep that in mind, and I will see you same spot next time, 1 p.m. Eastern time next Monday. Take care, and I hope to chat with you live next week. Bye.